my father died, I traveled back as an adult to the small town of my childhood. The house I grew up in was long gone, but I felt compelled to visit the farm at the end of the road. The small duck pond remained out back,
Here,
just as I remembered.
more memories were waiting at the edges, beckoning to me.
The most remarkable girl lived here. What was her name?
Letty Hempstock.
I must have been about 7, maybe 8 the last time I saw her. Letty called this pond the sea. No,
It was the ocean.
I remembered that. And remembering that,
I remembered everything.
The Ocean at the End of the Lane.
By Neil Gaiman.
when I was 7 years old, I saw my
First dead body.
A man had stolen our car and abandoned it down the lane. My dad and I had not known when we went to retrieve our car that the thief had committed suicide in the back seat.
It was not a place for a small boy.
For the first time I met Letty, I didn't even see her coming. He can come back with me to the farmhouse. It's no trouble.
She was much older than me, at least 11. Her hair was worn relatively short for a girl, and her nose was snub. She was freckled.
Is that okay?
It's probably for the best.
There's a dead man in our car.
That's why he came down here, the end of the road.
Do you think he killed himself?
Yes. Do you like milk? Brand's milk best now.
You mean real milk? From a cow?
I think I like that.
My name's Letty. Letty Hempstock. This is Hempstock Farm. Come on.
She took me in through the front door, into their enormous kitchen, and sat me down at a huge wooden table. I was enveloped by an unfamiliar, yet welcoming energy.
We eat herb, milky first light. There's oatmeal in saucepan and jam to put in it.
It tasted.
Perfect.
Just then, a lanky woman came in. Her hair was streaked with gray and cut short.
This must be the boy from the top of the lane. Such a business going on with that car. They'll be eating tea soon.
The note.
They've missed the note. And he wrote it so carefully, too. He folded it, put it in his breast pocket. They haven't even looked there yet.
What does it say?
Read it yourself.
What it says is, to all my friends, I'm so sorry I was not like many students, and hope you can find it in your hearts to forgive me, for I cannot forgive myself.
How did she know what was in the letter?
I'm Letty's mom. My mother is in the milking shed. I'm Mrs. Hempstock, but she was Mrs. Hempstock before me, so she's old Mrs. Hempstock.
I wondered about these Hempstock women. Were they witches? If they were, I decided that they were kind and posed no threat.
I nudged him to look in the breast pocket, hoping he thought of it himself.
There's a good girl. Now, they'll be in here when the kettle boils to ask if I've seen anything unusual and to have their tea. Why don't you take the boy down to the pond?
It's not a pond.
It's my ocean.
Come on.
We came on it suddenly.
A duck pond, dark water, spotted with lily pads. There was a dead fish, silver as a coin, floating on its side on the surface.
That's not good.
I thought you said it was an ocean. It's just a pond, really.
It is an ocean.
We came across it when I was just a baby from the old country.
What kind of fish is it?
This is very odd. I mean, mostly fish in this ocean don't die. This is what killed her.
The fish ate a penny?
It's not good, is it? Your father's wondering where you are. Time for you to get back now. Keep it. Put it in your piggy bank. It might help you luck.
I had found a special place and made a new friend, and I was holding an old-fashioned penny tightly in my hand.
But unfortunately, that night, I had a nightmare.
I was in school, hiding from the kinds of kids who hit me and called me names, but they found me anyway. They held me down, forced my mouth wide open. One began pushing something sharp and clipping into my mouth. My mouth filled with a metallic taste.
I broke it at the choking.
I pushed my fingers as deeply as I could into my mouth and felt the edge of something hard.
I gasped for breath.
It was only a coin.
I wanted to tell someone about it.
But I knew I would not be believed.
My throat felt painful and rattling. I walked outside for air.
Letty Hempstock was sitting at the bottom of the driveway, beneath the chestnut trees.
She looked as if she had been waiting for 100 years, and could wait for another 100.
You were having bad dreams, weren't you?
I was choking at it when I woke up, but I don't know how it got into my mouth. If someone had put it in there, I would have woken up. But it was just in there.
Yes.
Letty, what's happening?
Someone's just trying to give people money, that's all. But it's doing it very badly, and it's stirring things up around here that and that's no good. We should go back to the farm.
Why did I find a penny in my throat?
He wanted people to have money.
The man who died in the car? How do you know?
Once you've been around for a bit, you get to know stuff.
By a bit, do you mean a really long time?
How old are you? Really?
11.
How long have you been 11 for?
Whatever's happening, it can all be sorted out. After pancakes.
Penny, I'm scared.
Don't be scared. I promise I won't let anything happen to you. I won't let you be hurt.
Hurt? Who's hurt?
My friend woke up choking on this coin this morning.
Are you sure it is the man's ghost doing this? Are you sure we aren't being haunted?
Ghosts can't make things. They're not good at moving things.
You'll be needing a hazel wand, and I suppose you could take the boy. It's his coin, and it might be easier to carry it if he's with you.
Don't take the boy. Asking for trouble, that is. We'll be fine. Him and me. It'll be an adventure. Please, Gran.
I looked up at old Mrs. Hempside with hope on my face and waited.
Don't say it didn't warn you. Now, don't do anything stupid. Approach it with care, bind it, close its ways, and send it back to sleep.
I know all that. Honestly, we'll be fine.
Bugging words. Letty held a hazel stick shaped like a Y in her hands.
I'm not doubtful, just using it as a guide. Put your point in the fork of the stick. We're looking for something gray and soft.
Then she spotted it.
A scrap of gray cloth caught on the barbed wire fence.
Whatever happens, hold on to my arm.
Don't let go.
The next thing we're looking for is a storm.
We pushed our way into a clump of trees, and through a clump of trees into a boat. Then came a mumble of distant thunder.
Storm.
Are we there?
No, it knows we're coming. It feels us, but it does not want us to come.
The hazel wand was whipping around me like a magic being pushed over the
We're here!
The sky felt the canopy of peaceful stars that had gone directly to me.
Don't let go!
Over our heads in the orange sky floated a monstrous creature.
Made of gray and pink canvas that flapped in the wind. Its eyes were deep holes in the fabric, and sharp teeth jutting from the center.
Name yourself.
I am the lady of this place. I have been here for such a long time. My name is my own child, not yours. Now leave me be before I blow you away.
Now you tell me your name, or I'd ask you a third time.
Little girl, who's your friends?
Don't say nothing.
Letty's hand was sweating. The ripped face twisted. Examined.
Tell me your name, or I'll bind you to the nameless thing.
The thing said nothing. Then Letty Hempstock began to quietly chant words in a language I did not know. And as she chanted, things happened beneath the orange sky. Something came hurtling toward us from the center mass of flapping canvas. When it hit me, a stabbing pain flashed in the sole of my foot. And through all this, Letty continued to chant and bind the thing to the land.
The wind died down, and 1,000 pieces of torn gray cloth
Settled on the black earth, like dead things. That's what it. Let's take you home.
Once we read her out of the lane, she let go of my hand.
Are we really back now?
I was glad she had taken me with her.
I wish you hadn't let go of my hand. But still, you're all right, aren't you? No damage done.
I'm all right. Not to worry. I'm a brave soldier.
No damage done.
But that evening, I sat staring at a new hole in the arch of my foot.
It was where the sudden sharp pain had been.
I could not see how deeply it went.
Something seemed to retreat as the light touched it.
I blocked the light with my finger.
Waited. Then I pulled my finger away and stabbed it with tweezers.
I pulled perhaps an inch of a worm.
Pink and gray.
Streaked like something infected.
It was almost all out of me, but I tugged too quickly, and the worm came off in my hand.
Oozing and broken.
If the creature had left anything inside my foot, it was
Tiny.
Soon after that, things started to change.
Good news, son. Your mom just got a job, and they want her to start this afternoon. So we've hired someone to come and take care of you while we're at work. She'll be sort of a housekeeper. Make sure you're good for her. Son,
This is Ursula Monkton.
Hello.
My heart hurt. There was a momentary twinge in my chest. Just a flash, and then it was gone.
He's shy. I'm certain once he warms up to me that we shall be great friends.
when I looked at her, I imagined her dress flapping like the mainsail of a ship on a lonely ocean
Under an orange sky.
I've spoken to your mother. While I'm here, you need to limit your travels. You may go anywhere about the house or in the garden. I will walk you to your friend's house. But you may not leave the property and simply go wandering.
Okay.
I believe I said that you were not to leave the property.
I'm just exploring.
I think you should go to your room where I can keep an eye on you. It's time for your nap.
I was too old for naps, but I knew I was too young to argue, or to win the argument if I did. Okay.
Don't say okay. Say yes, Miss Monkton, or yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I hated myself for saying it.
Who are you?
Ursula Monkton, I'm your housekeeper.
Who are you really?
Go to your room. I ran for her as fast as I could into the house.
Ursula Monkton was standing just inside the back door. Although she could not have gotten past it, I would have seen her.
How did she?
I've been inside you, so word to the wise. If you tell anyone anything, they won't believe you. And because I've been inside you, I'll know. And I can make it so you never say anything again.
The next day was even worse.
Same rules as yesterday, little boy. You may not leave the property, and if you try, I will lock you in a room. And when your parents get home, I'll tell them you did something disgusting like pulled out your little wiener and pissed all over the kitchen floor. I'll be very convincing.
My father came home early from work, earlier than I remembered seeing him home in years. I wanted to talk to him, but he was never alone. I watched him from the branch of my tree. Ursula Monkton laughed at all of his jokes and was standing too close to him. Sometimes he would rest his hand on her shoulder. It worried me that he was standing so close to her. He did not know what she was.
She was a monster.
I watched as my father's free hand rested casually on the swell of Ursula Monkton's skirted body.
It scared me.
My mother worked late, so Ursula Monkton made meatloaf for dinner that evening. I would not eat, and my father was not amused.
Just try a nibble. It's your favorite.
No, I would eat anything she cooked. I don't like her.
You will at least try it and then apologize to Miss Monkton.
No, I won't.
Oh, he doesn't have to.
I do not think that my father noticed that she was smiling with amusement, or that there was nothing sympathetic in her expression.
Or her riding cloth eyes.
I'm afraid he does. I won't have him sassing you like that. Give me one good reason why you won't apologize.
Because she's not human. She's a monster. She's a flea.
You will apologize to Miss Monkton, then you will finish your plate, and politely and quietly you will go straight to bed.
No, I won't.
I bolted up the stairs and ran to the only room I could lock, the bathroom. In a few moments, I heard his fist slam.
Open this door, I am breaking it down. The door was locked. Locked doors stop people coming in. And yet, the door exploded inward.
Right. I wondered what he would do. His father had hit him as a child, and he swore he would never do that to his son.
Would he actually hit me?
He leaned over the tub, pushed the plug into the drain,
And turned the cold faucet on.
Water rushed out, splashing the white enamel. Then, steadily and slowly, it filled the bed.
I'll apologize. I'll say sorry. I didn't mean what I said. She's not a monster. She's pretty.
Then, swiftly, he picked me up.
He put his huge hands under my armpits, swung me up with ease, so I felt like I weighed nothing at all, and he plunged me down into the cold water.
I was horrified, but it was initially the horror of something happening against the established order of things. I was fully dressed.
That was wrong.
I had my sandals on.
That was wrong.
The bathwater was cold.
So wrong.
I thought,
I'm going to die.
and thinking that,
I was determined to live.
I opened my eyes beneath the water, and I saw my father's tie. My chance for survival, I clutched it with both hands.
You ruined my time. You're lucky your mother wasn't here. Now go to your room. I don't want to see you again tonight.
I was shivering convulsively, and I was wet, and I was cold. There, it felt like all my heat had been stolen from me. The bedroom door opened.
When Mommy comes back, I'll tell her what Daddy did.
Oh, don't cross me. I have things to do here and you're getting in my way. Next time, it'll be so much worse.
I'm not afraid of you.
I was afraid of her.
More afraid than I had ever been of anything.
You're still just a flea.
I heard the key turn, the lock engage, and
I cried then.
Until I was all cried out.
Ursula Monkton
Flapping canvas monster.
worm and flea.
would get me if I tried to leave the property. But she would not expect me to leave now. Perhaps I could mislead her with my thoughts.
I'm in my bed.
I'm asleep now.
I'm fast asleep in my bed.
I'm so overcome, but there was a light on in the living room.
The curtains were not completely closed. I was not sure what I was looking at. My father and Ursula Monkton seemed to be hugging. I did not know exactly what they were doing, and I did not really care. Not at that moment.
All that mattered was that Ursula Monkton had her attention on something that was not me.
And this provided me my escape.
Letty, Hemstock, hello?
The rain pattered hard and ripped against my face.
I heard the horrifying sound of flapping cloth. I thought I told you to stay in your room, and now I find you sneaking around like a drowned sailor.
The thing that called itself Ursula Monkton hung in the air. The distant thunders roared and smaller thunders crackled and spat, and she spoke quietly. But I could hear her as distinctly as if she were whispering into my ears.
Oh, sweetie, you are in so much trouble.
I was lost, and I was trapped.
Your daddy likes me now. He'll do whatever I say. Perhaps he'll drown you every night until it bores me, and then I'll let you die. You're just a little boy. When adults fight children, adults always win. Now stand up, I'm taking you home.
Ursula Monkton was power incarnate, standing in the crackling air.
Get off my land and go back where you came from in the first place.
Give me the boy. I came here beside him. I own him.
You don't own anything, especially not him. Now go away.
The field glowed golden. Every blade of grass glowed and glimmered. Then Letty Hemstock whispered all words into the world, and the meadow exploded into a golden light. I saw Ursula Monkton swept up and away, flailing and tipping like a dead leaf in a gale. And then Ursula Monkton and her lightnings were gone.
Let's get you in front of the kitchen fire in a hot bed. He'll catch you there.
Is she dead?
No,
Then she'll come back. I know they're in trouble.
that's maybe.
Letty, I don't want to go home.
You don't have to.
Oh, the boy needs hot soup, or he'll catch his death, and some dry clothes.
I felt safe. I was not at all afraid of Ursula Monkton, whatever she was. Not there.
His father's coming. He's driving here.
Is she with them? Ursula Monkton?
Her? That thing? Oh, not her, dear.
Don't make me go back with them. I just let my daddy kill me when she gets bored. She said so.
She may have told you that, dear, but she ain't going to do it, or anything like it. How about a snippet cut?
Good idea. Here are his clothes.
It would be best if his father was happy for you to stay the night here, but for that to happen, he can't be angry with you, or even worried.
I'm looking for my son, and I've let you. You're in a lot of trouble, young man.
The irregular section of fabric that old Mrs. Hemstock had been cutting fell to the table. My dad froze.
What did you do to him?
Oh, he's fine. Just a little snipping from his memories, then a little sewing, and he'll be good as gold. Here are the memories from the day, and here's what we want out. There's you and your dad in the bathtub. We've snipped that out, and now we'll sew the seams up real tight. So, without that, your dad will have no reason to be angry with you.
I had not told them about the bathtub. How did they know?
What time should we be by in the morning to pick him up?
Oh, Letty will bring him home to you. Have a good night. That was a very respectable job of snipping and stitching, if you ask me. Here's your ear. You can keep it if you wish.
My foot! It's on fire!
Ain't never seen one of these before. How did you get it?
There was a worm inside me. That's how it came with us from the place with the orange sky. In my foot. It was my fault. I'm sorry.
Nasty and very clever. She left the hole inside you so she could use it as a door to go back home. Can you be brave?
What are you going to do?
She's going to make the hole go away.
It will hurt.
Oh, stuff and nonsense.
She stabbed down directly into the hole itself. It did not hurt. She pulled out something that glistened. It seemed black at first, then translucent, then reflective like mercury. My heart pounded strangely.
Think she's so clever leaving her way home inside the boy. I'll put it in this jam jar to keep it safe.
No wonder she didn't want him to leave.
I'm sorry I let go of your hand, Lenny.
Oh, hush. Next time, you won't let go no matter what she throws at us.
The ice chip in my heart seemed to warm and melt, and I began to feel whole and safe once more.
Well, we've got her way home, and we've got the boy safe. That's a good night's work for I don't know what is. But she's got the boy's parents, and we can't just leave her
brighter than her candle. I climbed up into the bed. There was still a monster in my house, and the dread had not left my soul. I thought, I'm never going to sleep. Not now. And then I opened my eyes and saw that it was work.
Good sleepyhead. I put out gathering things to lead a trail straight to Ursula.
Her basket was filled with broken toys and a jam jar. Inside it, the silvery translucent wormhole shifted and twisted. And I stared at her. I would have trusted her the gates of hell at back. She would protect me.
Come on. Now it's time to go and say hello.
I felt the first faint stirrings of fear inside my chest. As we entered the yard, Letty placed the contents of her basket along the property lines. A clear glass marble with a twist of green inside it, a pair of bright blue dog's eyes, and a lead soldier. We found Ursula Monkton waiting by the rose bushes.
I wondered what I would have to do to bring you both here, and look, you came.
You didn't bring us here. We came to give you one last chance to go.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere. I mean, I have a house now, I have pets. His father's just the sweetest thing. I'm making people happy. There's nothing like me anywhere in this whole world. I'm not scared of you, little girl. Let's see. I need the boy safe. But you, little farm girl, what should we do with you? Perhaps I ought to turn you inside out, so your heart, brains, and flesh are all naked and exposed on the outside.
I can do that.
No, actually you can't. I gave you your chances.
Empty threats.
You were so happy being the only one here. You never stopped to ask why. That's because there are things that eat your type called cleaners. And they're always hungry.
I'm not scared.
I left the cleaners a trail of breadcrumbs that lead straight to you. Now open the jam jar, take out the doorway, and let's send you home.
Letty passed the jam jar to Ursula, who reached inside and pulled out the worm. As I stared at it, my chest twinged again, an ice-cold feeling.
The way back. Incomplete, it's broken. The last of the gate isn't there. You have blocked the ways. It remains inside him. All I have to do is reach into his chest and pull out his beating heart and open the door.
I gave you your chances.
They came as if they had been waiting for a call.
I was guided.
They had wings. They were not birds. They were only birds. Gray and black, winged but featherless, faces for nightmares, beak like snouts with razor-sharp teeth, and hungry red eyes.
It hurt to look at them.
Now, devour her.
No!
They dropped from the sky, faster than the mind could imagine. Nightmares tearing in a nightmare.
I only gave them what they needed. I made them happy.
They tore at her as if they had not eaten for 1,000 years. And when the screaming stopped, I knew that Ursula Monkton was gone forever. When they finished her, I thought that they would leave, but they did not.
You've done what you came here for. You cleaned up. You can go home now.
You have no power over us.
Perhaps I don't, but I called you here and I can send you home.
We are cleaners. We came to clean.
I'm taking you to the ferry. Stay here until I come back for you. Don't leave.
Why not?
Because I can't do this on my own. I need to get grandma. The ferry ring will keep you safe. Stay here.
The cleaners began to gather around the edges of the circle. They looked hungry. I had never been so frightened. But I did not leave that grass circle.
You're hungry. Your family hates you. You have no friends. And Lady Hussar is never coming back. Now step out of the circle and come to us.
I don't care! And if I die here, I die waiting for her!
Right, my proud beauties. You can't stay here. You know that. Time to get a move on.
The sound of Ginny Hempstock's voice flooded me.
We have devoured world's stars. We can stay wherever we wish to stay. Give us the boy.
You've had your dinner. Now you're just making nuisances of yourself. He's under our protection. Go away.
You will not let us finish. We will destroy this world until we are satisfied. Your trees, your clouds, your script of reality, we will consume it all.
I felt something in my heart react, like a splinter of ice inside my chest. I understood that they meant to rip our existence into nothingness, unless they had me. I was willing to exchange my life for the world. But all I could hear was my heart. I never felt a thing.
By what authority do you harm this child?
She was between us and our lawful prey.
You're eaters of garbage. You're cleaners. Do you think you can harm my family?
No. No, lady.
There are pacts and there are laws and there are treaties, and you have violated all of them. I am done with you. I will deal with you in my own time, my own way. For now, I must tend to the children.
Yes, lady. Thank
understood it then, and felt foolish for not understanding it sooner.
Letty had given her life for mine.
I'm sorry, Letty.
Slowly, so very slowly, she laid Letty down.
Dark, calm water.
The girl's body floated on the surface of the pond, and Ginny took a step back,
And then another.
never looking away from her daughter.
The water began to flow in the moonlight.
There was a distant rumble that became louder, and all at once,
A great wave crashed down on Letty.
there was no deafening crash or anything left on the surface of the pond.
The awful reflection of the moon
The girl who had saved my life.
was no longer there.
She's been given to her ocean. In one day, in its own time, the ocean will give her back.
Will she be the same?
Oh dear, nothing's ever the same. Be it a second later or 100 years, everything's turning and rolling. People change as much as oceans.
Right. It's time for you to go home now.
I don't have to go home. I can stay here with you. I can wait till Letty comes back from the ocean. I can work in your farm.
No. You get on with your life. Letty gave it to you. You just have to grow up and try to be working. Now, you should get home before your parents start to worry. Remember,
Be worth it.
Suddenly I felt slightly dizzy. It became difficult to know whether I was awake or caught in a dream. I knew that something important had happened to me, that I would not see my new friend again. For a split second, I knew that the hempstocks had used their magic on me. And then the rest was a fall.
Oh dear, you've been out here for quite a while.
You're Letty's grandmother, aren't you? You're old Mrs. Hempstock. But you haven't aged a day.
That's right.
Is it true? What I remember?
More or less.
Why did I come here?
Letty wanted you to.
Jenny Hempstock, Letty's mother. She looked just as she had 40-something years ago.
I think she mostly wants to find out if it was worth it.
If what was worth it?
You? Letty did a very big thing for you. I think she mostly wants to find out what happened next and whether it was worth everything that she did.
Did I pass?
You don't pass or fail at being a person, dear.
Letty,
Thank you for saving my life.
will I come back here again?
Oh, that's not for you to know.
The next time Letty calls, please tell her I said hello.
I will. She'll be very ready for her.
I looked up at the radiant moon.
And it seemed as though a pair of eyes watched me from above.
I no longer remembered what had happened here when I was a boy.
But I knew my friend Letty had loved me.
I wished that wherever she was, she too could see this next moon.
Peaceful and pale and
It's perfect.